All right, so today is going to be pest control day, and I decided to spray this bamboo today because uh, the mites are really eating up the plant. Uh, there's a lot of leaf loss, and I mean, you could already see right through this easily. So I want to save this before it gets more out of hand, and I have to chop the whole thing down and start from scratch, which if I do that, it's going to take a bit for it to shoot up. Some growth that would really cover. So I'm trying to save this guy, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be working with. So I'm going to be using a hose end sprayer. It's a Bio Advanced brand I got from Home Depot, and this is 3-in-1 insect disease and plant mite control. I've used this before on the bamboo and it seems to have worked, but these mites, they just keep returning and they're just really hard to get rid of completely. It seems like every year I always have to do this. I'll kill them. The bamboo grows amazing during the summer, nice, lush and green. And as we get into the fall period, into winter, it starts looking more dingy. But then it's not just because of the winter or the weather. It's really the mites are taking it over because it has scars on the leaves, and those are the signs that there's mites on this. On top of that, there's ladybugs all over it, and obviously ladybugs are the predators, but there's not enough of them to really take care of it. Look, the plant is not making it. It's not looking good right now, so I need to spray this down since, let's say, last year. So yeah, I mean, this is a very easy product to use. You just put it on your hose. Another thing I like to do is I like to use a backflow preventer. This is not something you want to have in your water supply, so I put a backflow preventer so we don't get anything coming back in. So yeah, let's get this started. And all you got to do is turn on the water, and then right here you have your off and on. Very simple to use. So before we begin, I always want to make sure you have your PPE, personal protective equipment. I believe that's what it means. And basically that's gloves, long sleeves, pants. You got some shoes, socks, no flip-flops. I know this is Florida, but you can't be out here with flip-flops, doing this type of work. And also eye protection, and you also want to have a hat on so you don't get all over your head. Another thing that's important is you don't want to do this on a very windy day. Today there's slight winds, little gusts here and there, so I just try to wait for the wind to get a little calm, and then I'll spray. If I feel the wind is starting to pick up, I'll turn it off, because with the wind and this spraying everywhere, it's going to kind of like mist. So you want to limit how much exposure you get to it, even though you're covered, but you still want to limit it. All right, so I completed spraying this down. The smell is not the best, but that's what comes with the territory when you're using these chemicals to kill pests. So it is what it is. And look at this beauty right here. This is the Brazilian red cloak. I love this plant. Very beautiful, showy, flowers, which these are more of the bracts, similar to bougainvillea. So the flowers, this little white inside here, these are the flowers. So yeah. Anyways, very beautiful colors. You got your nice green leaf right here, and then you got this super beautiful pinkish reddish hue that it just, the contrast of it is amazing against this green. And this is what the buds look like when they're about to open up. So yeah, this is just started to flower. This one usually flowers for me in the winter to spring period of the year. All right, so let's look around and see what's going on in the garden today. So over here, this pink ball tree is full of bees. I caught a quick glimpse on video, but I had a visitor, a special visitor, come to this tree. And it was actually the first time I ever saw a hummingbird. It was an amazing sight, but I saw it. I aimed the camera, started shooting a video, and I guess it saw me and it just dashed. It went phew. So I'll put that up so you can see what I caught. But it was a very quick in and out. And I've been here waiting to see if I capture it again, but I don't know where it went. I don't know if this plant's supposed to attract hummingbirds. I gotta look it up. I do have some red fire spike over here, and I believe these do attract hummingbirds. I don't know what other plants I got that would attract them, but I think the fire spike is the main one I have here. I did have some salvia planted, but it was under that, and it was before this became a big mass, kind of like leaning forward. I took them out. I took out the salvia. They did not survive. They were not getting full sun, of course. This is like taking over that whole spot over there. What else we got going on here? I have a lot of butterflies in my yard. They just love flying through here. Look at all these butterflies. There's 3 butterflies here flying around, chasing each other. I know that one day I am going to have to do something about that creeping fig on that wall. I definitely don't want to get into it, but it looks like I need to like trim that top hedge that's growing above the wall, because that is looking very nasty. And basically this creeping fig is just riding along this wall and just coming this way. And there's already some right here. I think it reaches mostly all the way, but right here is already getting thin. So this is kind of like the extremities of the plant reaching over here. And on the wall over here, I have giant Hawaiian pothos, and that is a lot of wall coverage. I basically planted them in that corner of that wall where it meets the ground right here, and it grew like it's stemmed this way, and then I will cut pieces and then I'll plant them again down here, and then they'll keep going up and up and up. So yeah, now I have an infestation of this plant, and they get pretty big. They would choke out a tree if you just let it climb up a tree. It could potentially choke the tree out and kill it. So yeah, I consider this an invasive plant. And then back here, I got my Monstera. I got also, what else do I got here? I got my Dean McDowell. I got Anthurium, Fausto. And these are my Australian fern trees, or tree fern. Sometimes I get it reversed. But I got two of them. Two planted right here. And you could tell like the floor of this jungle is just full of the pothos. Look at this. It's just gonna take everything over. Kind of interested to see if I could train this to just cover the wall like that. I'll leave it like that and see if it can trail across and kind of cover this wall. That'll be interesting. But yeah, this is getting dense up in here. Very dense. I know that I'm gonna have to get in there one day and just start chopping stuff down. This is turned into a mess for me right now. I wanted a jungle and I got a jungle. So right here, my cat, I let her out. You know, she comes out here and she likes to jump up into this area and she'll just lay down in there looking like a jaguar in South America, just hanging out in the Amazon jungle. And she'll just wait there and wait. She sees a lizard, she follows them up the plant or whatever, pounces on them. She's very active. Here are my favorite heliconias. These are the hot Rio Nights. And as you can see, how it flowers. It's an upright heliconia. Very beautiful red that it produces. Very beautiful. The red that this produces, the color is so vibrant. Look at that. And with the backdrop of the leaves of this heliconia, that shiny, dark, rich color, then this pops out of it. This is so beautiful to see. It's my favorite heliconia variety. Just want to say thank you to all the subscribers and anyone who watches the videos. I truly appreciate it. If you don't mind, please leave me a like. All right, so I'll see you on the next one.